Fear. It is a word small in letters, but enormous in weight. It stops us from speaking, from trying, from dreaming. It whispers, what if you fail? What if you look foolish? What if you're not enough? But what if fear is not our enemy? What if fear is the doorway to growth, and facing it is the key to changing our perspective? Today, I will tell you stories, real, human, relatable stories of people who faced fear and in doing so, discovered the strength that was always within them. Story number 1, The Boy and the Stage. In a bustling school auditorium, a young boy named Ravi sat trembling in the back row. The teacher had just announced the names for the annual speech competition. Ravi's name was on the list. His stomach twisted. His palms grew wet. Speaking in front of people was his biggest fear. Every time he imagined standing on stage, his knees felt like they would collapse. That evening, he told his mother, "I can't do it. Please, let me back out. Everyone will laugh at me." His mother smiled and said softly, "Ravi, fear is not there to stop you. It is there to prepare you. When your heart beats fast, it means something important is waiting for you on the other side." Ravi wasn't convinced, but he had no choice. The competition day arrived. He walked onto the stage, shaking. His eyes scanned the audience, rows of students staring, whispering. His throat closed, his voice cracked, a few giggles echoed. He wanted to run, but then he remembered his mother's words. He took one deep breath, then another, and finally, words began to flow. Not perfect, not polished, but honest. By the end, the hall was silent, and then applause erupted. Ravi didn't win first prize, but he won something greater. The understanding that fear loses its power the moment you face it. Story number 2, The Woman and the Water. Far away, in a coastal town, lived Meera, a 35-year-old woman who carried a secret shame. She never learned how to swim. Whenever friends invited her to the beach, she made excuses. Whenever her children splashed in the pool, she sat on the edge, pretending to be busy. Deep inside, she feared the water. One summer, while on vacation, her little daughter tugged her hand and asked, "Mama, why don't you come in the water with me?" The question pierced her heart. She realized her fear was not just her own, it was teaching her daughter that fear is stronger than courage. The next morning, she enrolled in beginner swim lessons. The first day, she clung to the pool's edge, trembling. Water filled her ears, her nose, her mind. She wanted to quit. But she kept showing up, step by shaky step, breath by uncertain breath. Weeks later, something shifted. She floated, then she kicked. Then she swam a short distance. Months later, she not only learned to swim, but discovered a love for the water she never thought possible. Her daughter, watching, learned a lesson too. Courage is contagious. Story number 3, The Man and the Mountain. In the foothills of a great mountain lived Kabir, a young man who had always admired climbers, but never dared to try. The thought of heights made his stomach churn. One day, his friends invited him to join a trek. Kabir hesitated, but agreed. The climb started gently, but as the path narrowed and the cliffs grew steeper, fear gripped him. His legs stiffened, his breath quickened. He shouted, "Go on without me." But one of his friends came back and said, "Kabir, the view you're dreaming of is only on the other side of fear. Don't stop now." With trembling steps, Kabir pushed forward. He slipped once, twice, but kept going. Hours later, they reached the peak. For the first time in his life, Kabir stood above the clouds. The valley stretched endlessly below. His fear hadn't vanished, but it no longer controlled him. He realized something profound. Fear is not a wall. It is a ladder. You climb it, step by step, and on the other side, you find the version of yourself you were meant to be. The lesson behind these stories. Fear wears many faces. For Ravi, it was the fear of being judged. For Meera, it was the fear of drowning. For Kabir, it was the fear of heights. Different fears, same truth. Once faced, fear shrinks. Once avoided, fear grows. Think about your own life. How many opportunities have you missed because fear whispered, "Not you, not now"? How many dreams have you delayed because fear painted pictures of failure in your mind? How many times have you chosen comfort over growth, safety over progress? Here's the truth most of us forget. Fear is not there to paralyze you. Fear is there to point you towards growth. The fear of public speaking means your voice has power waiting to be heard. The fear of failing means you care deeply about succeeding. The fear of change means new possibilities are opening before you. Fear is not the signal to stop. It is the sign that you're standing on the edge of transformation. How to face fear in your own life. Name it. Write down the fear that's holding you back. Naming it reduces its mystery and power. Take a small step. You don't need to defeat it in one giant leap. Just one small action in the direction of fear is enough. Repeat. Courage grows through repetition. The more you face it, the weaker fear becomes. Reframe fear. Instead of asking, "What if I fail?" ask, "What if I succeed?" Years later, Ravi became a confident speaker. Meera taught her daughter how to swim and dive fearlessly. Kabir climbed mountains higher than he ever dreamed. Their fears never disappeared, but they learned something powerful. Fear will always be there, but so will courage, and whichever one you feed will define your life. So ask yourself today, what fear is holding me back? What would my life look like if I faced it even once? Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It is the decision to move forward despite it. Your greatest growth lies just beyond your greatest fear. If these stories touched you, take this as a sign. Don't wait another day. Don't let fear chain your dreams. And if you want more inspiring stories that change perspectives, motivate your heart, and push you towards growth, then subscribe to Life Lessons Library. Because here we believe in one truth. Fear is real, but so is your courage.